Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our sanctuary this afternoon, at which time Harley will be called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. She will lead us in worship. She will serve as our teacher, our song leader, our prayer leader, and through it all, she's going to look forward to hearing your voices as well. So please make sure that you all have a prayer book to follow along. It's known as the Mishkan Tefillah. In the front row, they're just underneath your seats. Otherwise, they're right in front of you. And even if you are not familiar with our prayer service or the Hebrew language, there is English and there is transliteration so that you can certainly follow along. Now, the very first thing that's going to happen so that Harley can take her place and begin our service is that she is going to be enwrapped in a prayer shawl known as a talit. It marks the coming of age of 13 for men and women. It is only at bar or bat mitzvah and after that everyone is commanded to wear a talit. And what makes it so important are the four corners. They represent the four corners of the Jewish world that will enwrap and envelop Harley, as we hope always she will be enwrapped and enveloped throughout her continuing growth with her family and her community and the Jewish people. So Harley, you are receiving an absolutely beautiful talit that you picked out yourself. So I'm going to welcome forward your cousins, Jordy and Maddie, to come forward and come take your place. And as your cousins enwrap you, Harley, please repeat these words. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehit atef v'atzitzit. Amen. All right, give them a hug. You'll see them soon. Thank you. Very affectionate family. And then give your opening.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all those joining us over our live webcast in preparation for our service. Please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic free space, and we request that you turn your cell phones off to the off position. I have worked long and hard to reach this day, and I am grateful for your presence. I hope that you'll be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship. Like the generations before me, I have prepared to take my Jewish place as a bat mitzvah. Today, I participate in my first adult Jewish life cycle event. I am now committed to the mitzvah and the teachings of our tradition. I pray that I may always understand my responsibility as a Jew, to show my love to my family, kindness to the world around me, and maintain a connection with my people in her land of Israel.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'hikyanu b'zman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the world, who gives us life, sustains us, and enables us to reach this time.
Amen. We turn in our prayer books now to page 338. We are going to read responsively. 338.
David's Song of Praise. I will extol you, my God and sovereign, and bless your name forever and ever.
Every day will I bless you and praise your name forever and ever.
Great is Adonai and much acclaimed. God's greatness cannot be fathomed.
One generation shall laud your works to another and declare your mighty acts.
The glorious majesty of your splendor and your wondrous acts will I recite.
They shall talk of the might of your awesome deeds, and I will recount your greatness.
They shall celebrate your abundant goodness and sing joyously of your beneficence.
Adonai is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in kindness.
Adonai is good to all, and God's mercy is upon all God's works.
All your works shall praise you, Adonai, and your faithful ones shall bless you. We're going to continue now to page 342 for the Chatzi Kaddish. Would you rise, please?
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא יברך ירותי וימליך מלכותי בחי יחונו וימיכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמירה ומבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשו בריחו לאל מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשביחי תמיד נחמתה תמירת מעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
There are times when the love of God burns so powerfully within your heart that the words of prayer seem to rush forth quickly and without deliberation. At such times, it is not you yourself who speak, rather it is through you that the words are spoken.
We turn to page 344, and we remain standing, please.
Adonai sefataytcha ufia getahilatecha. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovin V'Konei Hakol Zocher Chased Avot B'Imahot Umevigula livnei v'nehem lema shemo bi'ava melech ozer ushi omagen baruch atah Adonai magen Abraham v'ezrat Sarah.
Page 348.
Atah gibor le'olam Adonai mechayei hakol atah brav li'oshia mechakel chayim bechesed mechayei hakol berachamim rabim somech noflim rafi olim umartir asurim umekayim emunato lishenei afar michamocha ba'al givurot umedo melach melech memid umechayei umatmiya yeshua ben manata layod hakol baruch atah Adonai mechayei
top of page 349.
Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good and not evil.
You are the source of life and blessing. Help us to choose life for ourselves and our children.
You are the support of the falling. Help us lift up the falling.
You are the author of freedom. Help us to free the captive.
You are our hope in death as in life. Help us to keep faith with those who sleep in the dust.
Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good.
For blessing and not for curse, for life and not death, for abundance, not want. Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol.
Yai da dai dai dai, ya la la lai la lai lai, yai la lai lai lai, lai lai lai, נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וכרזה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, ומושיענו וישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיגון לך, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ואין. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש, הקדוש. Amen.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hagadosh.
You may all be seated. We're continuing on page 353.
For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks.
For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and hands, we give praise.
For the peace in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
For the gift of Shabbat, which renews us for life, we offer blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
And we continue now on page 355.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer to life, to peace, and to joy.
May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, and worth in our study of Torah.
Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess, and cleanse our hearts to serve life well.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha
levavcha b'yirah na'avod.
And our prayer of thanksgiving is on page 257.
357.
Thank you, kid.
For the gift of our souls, for the promise of our lives, for all we are and all we might yet become, for the creative seeds sown within our minds, whose nurturing can yield a grand harvest, For all these gifts we thank you, O God, and pray that we prove ourselves worthy.
May our lives be ripe with the fruit of compassion, sweetly sustaining those in need. May we use our gifts wisely and with love, true messengers of blessing to the world.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Atov Shimcha Ulecha Na'eh Lehodot. Please join me in Shalom Rav on the top of page 358.
Shalom Ra'av al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Ra'av al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata melech Adon lichol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lichol hashalom. Shalom ra'av al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom ra'av al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. V'tov beinecha livarich et ancha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom ra'av al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom ra'av al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam.
On Shabbat, our prayers for peace appear to be universal. It is our hope that there will be peace in life for individuals, communities, lands, and peoples, in mind, in body, and in spirit. But on a weekend such as this, when we commemorate the very first yahrzeit of the tragedy of Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, our thoughts and hopes and prayers for peace are turned to our Jewish community. Because we know that life is fragile, and that's why such an event such as this, when we celebrate Harley with her family, and you, her friends, and extended family who have come from near and far to enter a sanctuary in peace and security, helping a young woman celebrate her coming of age. That is a tremendous mitzvah, and we should never take it for granted. Far too often when people enter a sanctuary, their minds are elsewhere. They're worrying where they were coming from, where they have yet to go, what they have yet to do. But an anniversary like the Tree of Life massacre reminds all of us to just stop. And it reminds us that we are all not so important in our lives that we live. What's most important is the collective safety, security, and well-being of our people, our nation, and our loved ones. And so we are very grateful to Harley today for being here on this most auspicious weekend, because it reminds us that life does go on, and there is still so much beauty to celebrate, even as we remember. We pause for a few moments.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one.
The highlight of every service is when we take the Torah from the ark, hand it generation to generation, and in this case, Harley will accept Torah as her own and carry it around the congregation with her parents and her brother. And so I'm going to invite them all forward now to come take their places together with the grandparents. And to open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome cousins Alyssa and Sydney to come forward. And I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Ki mitzion titzit Torah, Ki mitzion titzit Torah, Udivor Adonai Yerushalayim, Baruch Shematot Torah, Baruch Shematot Torah, Israel, B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Kaido Adonenu, Kadosh Hashem.
Well, once again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Temple Har Shalom. I know for some of you, you haven't been here since Michael took his place on the bima as a bar mitzvah, and it is hard to imagine that the years have passed so very quickly, and the little sister is now all big and grown up. Harley, it's a treat to be here with you, and Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. We had a wonderful rehearsal this past week, and as we did, the torrential rains came falling, and literally the bima reverberated with the sound of rain. And I said, Harley, prepare yourself. It's going to happen again as the clouds are moving in, and the wetness, which in Jewish tradition is good luck, is coming. And it is arriving to announce the coming of Harley's Torah portion, because it happens this way every year. I wish I could tell AccuWeather they ought to get on the Torah schedule. They'd know the weather immediately. So what Torah portion must we be talking about? Right, Noah and the flood. And indeed, we understand how very precarious life can be because of Mother Nature, what's happening across this nation, where there are far too many parts of California that hunger for this wetness, and they are losing so very much. God willing, they will not lose lives, but so much of what is important. And of course, we know what happens when too much water comes into the world and the destruction that it can make. So, Harley, we know where you are in the Torah because of the weather, because of the clouds, and also because just this morning we read from a whole different Torah portion. We started the Torah all over again with the very first portion of Bereshit. God created the world. So the question should be then, if God just spent 6 days creating the world, why in the very next chapter did God want to destroy it? Well, Harley has a few ideas about this, and she is actually going to be your teacher today to explain a bit about Noah and his family and what this story means. But Harley, I'd like to share another lesson that comes from your Torah portion, and that is about Noah's preparation for the flood. Noah liked to take shortcuts. He always thought that he could do something quicker and better and not have to put in as much time and effort as would be needed. But God had other ideas, because painstakingly in Harley's portion, there is an explanation about the cut of the wood and the measurements of the wood and the amount of the wood and what kind of wood and what kind of animals. If you thought that the portion was only about 2 by 2 of every animal going into an ark, I would tell you to look at the story again. It is one of the greatest architect's creation of all time. And the point was, if Noah did not follow the exact directions and tried to cut corners, what would have happened? The boat would have sunk. Harley, I know you have many other passions in your life. And if I had to list them, I have to be honest here today, Hebrew is not one of them. No. We know each other well enough. And yet, you knew there were no shortcuts to today. You wanted to try. You thought maybe we could do this a little quicker than we need to. Maybe you didn't have to do the whole service, or a half Torah, or 4 aliyot. And boy, you tried. You are very, very thoughtful when you want to try to convince someone of something. But in this case, Harley, it worked to your advantage, because the point was there was no easy way out of this day. No matter what, you had to put in the time, you had to put in the effort, you had to learn it, you had to chant it, you had to read it, and you had to start it all over again. Harley, it's a wonderful lesson, not only for you, but really for all of us. There's nothing in life that comes easy. And oftentimes in this age of instantaneous joy and happiness and pleasure we seek, we often forget all the effort that has to go into really doing accomplishments. So I hope as you move forward from this day, Harley, you'll always remember that there are no shortcuts to anything you really want to accomplish in life. And remind yourself that you really didn't know if you would get to this day. And look at us all here. We're all here to celebrate you and your accomplishments. So mazel tov. And now you'll hear her chant from Parashat Noah as the raindrops begin to fall. Come on up. Harley is going to be making a beautiful yad that she herself made. And before she chants from the aliyot, there are those who are going to be blessing. And the very first aliyah goes to her grandparents, Grandma and Grandpa, Eve and George. Oh, and yes, of course, and Papa and Karen, absolutely. How lucky you are to have so many grandparents. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Go stand right over here. Join them. Let them bless. Okay, please.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach ve'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'notan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Eile toldot Noach, ish tzadich, tamim haya b'dorotav, et ha'Elohim hihalech Noach. Vayoled Noach shlosha banim, et Shem, et Ham, v'et Yafet. Vatishachit ha'aretz livnei ha'Elohim, vatimalei ha'aretz chamas. Vayar Elohim et ha'aretz, v'hinei nishchata, ki hishit kol basar, et darko al ha'aretz.
Let's sing after her.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Give him a hug. And come on over here. Oh gosh, that was beautiful. Mazel tov. Stay with us. Yeah. And for our second aliyot, what a pleasure it is to welcome forward your parents, Lauren and Johnny.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach ve'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Elohim leNoach, Ach, Kate, kol basar ba lefanai, kimel haaretz, Hamas mipnehem, vini mashchitam et haaretz. Aseh lecha teva adze gofer, kinim ta'aseh et hateva, v'chaforta ota, mibai umichut ba-kofer.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah temed, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
All right, give him a hug. Also, tell everyone, you just come right here and get my clothes. And for our third aliyah, it's an honor to call forward the one that earned this honor right before you, your brother Michael.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. V'zed asher ta'aseh ota shlosh me'ot ama. Orech hateva hamishim ama rachba ushloshim ama kamota. Sohar ta'aseh hateva ve'elama Techalena milmala, ufetech chateva, betida tasim, tachtim, shnim, ushlishim taseha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now, Michael, it's your honor to call your sister to the Torah for her aliyah as a bat mitzvah.
Tamod Hanalipna bat Yaakov Alea lichvot haTorah habat mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Elam Ba'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Va'ani hineni mevi et hamabu mayim al haaretz l'shachet kol basar asher bo ruach chaim mitachat hashamayim kol asher ba'aretz yigva v'hakimoti et briti itach uvata el hateva ata uvanecha v'ishtecha unshivanecha itach umikol hachai mikol basar shnayim mikol tavi el hativa l'chayot itach zachar unkeva yiyu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We'll give your brother a hug. He's going to go down. And you step down, sweetie. You may go back to your seat. We're going to just roll the Torah, and your parents are going to speak to you. Come over here so they can hear you. Yeah, right here.
Okay, Harley, Dad and I are so proud of your performance today. We love listening to your sweet voice ring throughout our home, so we knew that you would be incredible today. Harley, you have a special name, and we had a special reason for giving it to you. It's true, you share your name with a supervillain and a very cool motorcycle. We named you Harley hoping that you'd be as tough and cool as you turned out to be. We also named you after your two great grandmothers, and we hope that, like them, you would grow up to be a woman worthy of respect and appreciation. Harley, as you continue your journey from young girl to young woman, we see that your name truly embodies you. You are strong and soft, powerful and generous, feisty and loving, and all of these things come together in our daughter, a wonderful, interesting, loving person with whom we're lucky to share life. Harley, like the motorcycle, the tough side of you is intense. You vigorously defend your positions, you're passionate about your interests, and you pursue them relentlessly. Whether you're practicing for a show or playing the drums or studying for a test, you're determined to show up as your best self. Your strength is an asset. We want you to believe in yourself as a tough, capable person and know that we value that side of you. And at the same time, Harley, we also admire the soft side of you. You laugh easily and loudly, and you enjoy time with friends and family just as much as you relish your alone time. Harley, you're clear on right from wrong, and you seek to be honorable. You stand by your brother and your friends, and you have a kind and considerate ear at the ready for anyone who may need support. Although your friends often describe you as funny, they also say you're caring. And Harley, when I see you work with children, it melts me to feel your loving warmth toward them. You're someone who connects naturally with young children, and they admire you for your attention and care. And one more very important part of your gentle side is your tenderness towards animals, especially dogs. If Pepper were here today, she'd give you a big face lick and let you know that you're the most soft-hearted person she knows, and she'd rather be with you than anyone else in the world. Harley, Dad and I want you to know that just as we admire the strong side of you, we treasure your soft and sweet side as well. So today, and every day that you continue on your journey through the milestones of life, Dad, Michael, and I want you to hear and know a very important message. All of your qualities, strength, perseverance, kindness, humor, love, all come together in perfect combination in the person that's uniquely you. When we gave you your very special name, we wished for you to be exactly the young woman that you are. And on this milestone day, we want to share a quote from one of your favorite shows, The Lion King, when Mufasa said, "Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance." Harley, we wish you a life of continued balance, a life in which you work hard and love adoringly, overcome obstacles relentlessly and laugh sweetly, enjoy life intensely, and savor quiet times easily. We want you to embrace all of you and know that we love all of you.
It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. It's a pleasure to welcome forward Uncle Jeremy and Aunt Taryn, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
may be seated. Our Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This afternoon's Haftarah comes from the prophet Isaiah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hane'emamrim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'torah Moshe avdo Yisrael amo v'nvi'ei ha'emet b'tzedek. Rani yakara lo ilada pitchi rina vitali lo chala kirabim b'nei shamema mimnei v'ula amar Adonai archivi mekom olech v'reot mishkenotayich yatu al tachsochi arichi me'etarayich v'tirotayich chazeki ki aminu smo tivrotzi v'zareich goyim yirash v'arim nishamot yoshivu al tir'i ki lo tevoshi ve'al tikami ki lo tzachpiri ki boshet alumayich tishkahi v'cherpa alunatayich lo tizkeriod ki bo alayich osayich Adonai Sevaot Shemo v'gomaleich kidosh Yisrael Elohei chol ha'aretz yikarei ki chesha azuva v'atzuva ruach kerach Adonai ve'eshet nirim ki tima'es amar Elohayich b'rega katon avzatich u'rachamim gedulim akapsech. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zor kol ha'amim sadik b'kol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'oseh ha'medaber u'mkayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah v'al ha'avodah v'al hanvi'im v'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu L'kishav l'mnucha, l'chavod ultivaret, al hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, u'varchim otach, yibarach shemcha b'fikol chai, tamid le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, v'chaydesh ha'shabbat.
It is now time for us to return the Torah to the ark and to open the ark doors. It is a pleasure to welcome four cousins, Harry and Logan, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please. We'll just go to the ark.
Shalom, Har Shivenu, Eilecha v'no shuvah, Chodesh, Chodesh Yameinu, Chodesh Yameinu, ki kedem.
And you may all be seated. It is time now for Harley to share her interpretation of the Torah portion and describe the meaning of this day to all of you.
Thank you all for coming today to hear me read the Torah. My portion tells the story of Noah, and is probably a story that many of you have already heard. During his time, Noah was considered a very righteous man, and although he was a good man, the other people on earth were corrupt and violent. Because of this corruption, God decided to flood the earth and destroy all the bad people in it. Because Noah was one of the good men on earth, God told him to build an ark, and he allowed Noah to take his family and pairs of animals to live in the ark during the flood to save them from this destruction. After living in the ark for 40 days and 40 nights, Noah and his family returned to land, tasked with starting a new generation of peaceful and righteous human beings. Some Jewish scholars interpret this portion of Torah as God's message to us to be righteous and good. My family, my teachers, and my Hebrew school teachers always remind me to make good choices, and they help me to be the best person I can be. This aligns with God's message to Noah. But other Jewish scholars question it was complete devotion to God's orders, without any concern for all the people who would die in the flood. Noah knew God's plans. He knew his family and he would be saved, but he also knew that the rest of the human race would perish in the flood, and he did nothing to warn the others of their impending death. Some interpret Noah's lack of concern for others as lack of compassion, and they say this portion is meant to remind us not to only look out for ourselves, but to always remember to care for others. I also connect with this interpretation of my portion because I actively work to show compassion for others. I love animals and I love little children, and I love to give my time to help animals through training seeing eye dogs and to help children through tutoring students in my mom's school. I know God wants us to know that He put us on earth to live a good life, but also to contribute to the lives of others, and that is a lesson we all need to follow. There is another part of my Torah portion that may be less well known, and that is the part where after the flood. The survivors moved to a land called Shinar, and they decided to build a city with a big tower for themselves. But as they built this tower, they were not focused on the good things they could provide, like shelter for those who needed it. Instead, the builders focused on the fame that would come from building such a tall structure. Some scholars also say that as the builders were creating the tower, they were also constructing constraints and laws that would govern their new land. These laws were demanding that everyone in the land practice the same language and beliefs. Since God values diversity and freedom, He scattered all the people across the globe and created different languages across the world. I like this part of my portion because I agreed with God that we should each value each other's differences and celebrate our own uniquenesses. I'm unique and I love that I can be my own person. Becoming a bar mitzvah is very important to me. I understand that I am a Jewish adult and I am responsible for making good decisions that add to our world. Like God taught us in the story of Noah, I know I am expected to show compassion towards others and make our world a better place. I will take this commitment seriously as I continue to grow and do more positive things for the world. One example of this is my bar mitzvah project. As you all know, I love theater, and I'm lucky enough to be able to experience theater in many ways. One thing I do is attend a theater program. I go to the classes on Saturdays, and we put on 2 shows each year. I love acting in the shows, but I'm aware that these programs cost a lot of money, and I'm grateful that my parents can afford to send me to such expensive acting experiences. For my mitzvah project, I raised money to send a student who couldn't afford to the class with me this year. I have no idea who it is, but I do know that I probably made him or her very happy to have this amazing theater experience. I'm glad I could start my Jewish adult life with this mitzvah. I hope to continue to do more mitzvah as I grow. Today, I would like to thank Rabbi and Cantor for working so hard to help me prepare for this important day. I would also like to extend a huge hug to Mrs. Hassi, my tutor, who I had so much fun working with and who taught me so much. I would like to thank my teachers for teaching me what it means to be Jewish and how to read Hebrew. Thank you to all my family and for their love and support, and to my parents for making me a party to go with my bat mitzvah service. Thank you to Michael for being the best brother I could ever have. And thank you to everyone for being here and for being part of my life. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. May I always be surrounded by friends and family for joyous occasions like today.
Harley Mazel Tov. How you feeling now?
Good.
Good, I'm glad. You should feel very good. There's a few things that I was feeling while I was listening to you. Number one, I'm ready to break out into a big chorus of Hakuna Matata. I think that would be a lot of fun. And number two, I thought about your love and appreciation of performing and acting. But what you did here on this bima was neither one of those. When you speak on a bima, you neither perform nor you act. Instead, you come with a full heart and give it your best effort. We had a conversation that there was no such thing as perfection on a bima, that nobody ever gets it just right. And that's because we all have to remember that we all need to remain humble. We may be good at certain things, but as human beings, all of us have to work hard at many different things. So I hope, Harley, that throughout life you will always know the difference between a performance and being a leader. In a performance, you practice and perform. As a leader, you try to take people to a different place where they can better understand who they are and where they're going. And I think you have quite an ability to do both. So mazel tov. There's been a wonderful woman sitting on the bima with us through this service. She's a member of our board of trustees and raised her own children here at Temple Har Shalom. And she has some special gifts to give you now, and that is Susan Zeitel's.
Harley, Lauren, Jonathan, Michael, Rabbi Musiski, Cantor Berman, and our wonderful pianist, Mazel Tov. What a beautiful, heartwarming, and joyful Shabbat Mincha service you have prepared for your family, your loved ones, the congregation, and dear friends and peers. It is my honor and my pleasure, on behalf of the Temple Har Shalom Board of Trustees, the Sisterhood, the Men's Club, the staff, and the entire Temple Har Shalom community, to sit on the bima and to share this wonderful simcha of your bat mitzvah. Last night at services, we stood in unity with congregations all around the country to remember those who lost their lives or were injured during the Tree of Life massacre in Pittsburgh. When it seems like the world is in chaos, we thank you, Harley, for being a leader like Noah, reminding us of the importance of upholding tzedakah, or walking in the path of righteousness, and the role that we have to pass this knowledge on to others. Harley, you have demonstrated your desire to teach and to provide opportunity to others by using your theatrical and your musical talents. Your mitzvah project of providing scholarships for underprivileged students to study theater clearly demonstrates your determination, your creativity, your compassion, and your spirit of justice. And tonight you revealed your focus, readiness, willingness, and passion to continue forward, fulfilling the responsibilities and obligations of supporting and enhancing an entire Jewish community here at Temple Har Shalom. As a remembrance of this special moment in time, please accept several gifts from our Temple family. The Kiddush cup, made specifically for Temple Har Shalom, that you used last night and will use tonight, a B'nai Mitzvah certificate, a Nifty in Israel gift certificate, a gift certificate from the Bridgewater JCC for a free one-year teen membership, and lastly, please accept a JNF certificate purchased by Sisterhood, acknowledging that a tree has been planted in your name in Israel. We look forward to your continued leadership and sharing more of your journey as a Jewish woman. Mazel Tov. You did fabulous.
Well, Harley, I know what you really want to do right now, and that's end this service.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. So why don't we do that, okay? All right. It is time to return to our prayer books, page 586. To open the ark doors, we're going to call forward cousins Dylan and Molly. And would you rise, please?
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמעו אחד. יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. Shalom.
May God grant you a long life until 120 with spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, as we all say. Amen. I do ask that you please remain standing, for at this time, as we do each and every time we come together as a community, remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. As a congregation, we remember the yortzites of Sarah Bowden, Dora Bogoslavsky, Nathan Sherwansky, Roger Klott, Karen Lynn Go, Lawrence Coleman, Jacob J. Pete Levin, Paul Leon Novick, Dennis Schneider, Sidney Stoller, and Harry L. Zeitels. As a community, we remember two who have been taken from us in most recent days, Dory Oaklander and Mark Weiland. And on this, the first anniversaries of their deaths, we remember 11 who perished in Pittsburgh: Joyce Feinberg, Richard Gottfried, Rose Mallinger, Jerry Rabinowitz, Cecile Rosenthal, David Rosenthal, Bernice Simon, Sylvan Simon, Daniel Stein, Melvin Wax, and Irving Younger. And always on this day of Bat Mitzvah, we are very cognizant upon whose shoulders Harley stands this very night, and know that while she is not physically present with us, her spirit resides with us, and that is Harley's Grammy, Robbie Banker. And so we turn to page 598, as together we recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitgadash me rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach yeruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'hayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh d'kol beit Yisrael, v'galav yizman kari v'meru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach v'elam amay amaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yipa'ar v'yaman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu, Le'olam mimkol birchata v'shirata, tishbachata v'nechamata, damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba mim shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom imromav, Uyasa Shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imaru. Amen. We send peace to all those who mourn and to comfort all the bereaved among us as we all say,
Amen.
Amen. And you may be seated. Always in Jewish tradition, we combine memory with joy, remembering that those who came before us were blessed, and we are so blessed to remember them. And thus, for the new generation, Harley, we're going to wish you bounty and sweetness as we bless the wine and the challah. So come on up. And it's a pleasure to welcome forward all the cousins, Maddie, Jordy, Alyssa, Sydney, Molly, Dylan, Jill, Sam, Logan, and Harry. Come on up. And all you have to do is eat and drink. And to all of you, I hope that there will be many more happy Jewish occasions in your life that will bring you back to Temple Har Shalom. And to Johnny and Lauren, Mazel Tov. Here we go. Hold up the cup, please.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
Have a
Chaim,
sip.
take a sip.
Beautiful. Okay, you ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lachem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Well, Shabbat Shalom and
Shabbat
Mazel
Shalom,
Tov.
everyone. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please feel free to get up out of your seats and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom.